morning. It's Thursday morning, July the 20th, 2023, and it's a joy to be able to share some thoughts with you from the scriptures today. I'm Pastor Mike Custer, the pastor at Bible Baptist Church in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and this morning we're going to read from Psalm 22, verses 19 to 21. Here the Word of God says these words. Of course, this is Psalm 22, which is Christ's prayer of help for when he's facing the crucifixion. Verse 19 says, "Be not thou far from me, O Lord, O my strength. Haste thee to help me." Verse 20, "Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog." Verse 21, "Save me from the lion's mouth. For thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns." And this is speaking of a heavenly setting. Did unicorns once exist? It seems as though they did. They're not spoken of mythologically in the Word of God. They're spoken of as if they were actually existent at that time. You know, there are sea creatures that have a single horn out the forehead in the northern regions of the Arctic called the narwhal. And unicorns are not far-fetched when it comes to the fact that they're named biblically several times in the Word of God. But we think of them as being mythological or a heavenly type creature. And the Bible speaks of deliverance, God hearing the individual from the horns of the unicorns. "Thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. Save me from the lion's mouth." And we know what lions are. We don't necessarily know much about unicorns, but the whole issue here is that God hears when his child cries. God sees the need of the heart. And there in verse 19, he said, "Be not far from me, O Lord, O my strength. Haste thee to help me." There is help with the Lord, and God does respond when his child calls for help and sustaining, and when his child calls for strength when we're so weak. There are many times that we face different circumstances that we don't feel equipped, and we know that we don't have the strength to withstand, and God will be there to sustain his child. What a blessing it is that God hears the cries of his people. And sometimes you can tell when somebody has been praying for you because you feel a strength that you know you could not have summoned yourself. And God is answering the needs of his child when those things happen. And many times it's through the prayers of other saints. Be encouraged, because no matter what you may face in this life, and Christ undoubtedly experienced the help of God as well when he was in his deepest trial. But when you're in the deep trials of life, be encouraged that God understands. He knows what you're experiencing, and he won't be far behind bringing the help and sustenance that you need to face that difficulty, to face that challenge. And you can commit it to him so that as much fear as may enter into a situation when you are facing it, God can do much to diffuse that situation, and you can rest in the Lord that it'll be fine. It'll be fine. God will bring you through it. And you'll look at it from the other side and say, "Wow, that's amazing what the Lord can do." And it is. Nobody can do what he can do. Just look to him and trust him today. God bless you.